various countries like the Philippines. Philippines is unbanked by at least 40%, 35 to 40%. In other countries like in Africa. So you imagine a community wherein you have small depositors, small savers, and also small borrowers. Too small really for a bank to handle their needs. So what happens? You have a community where they do transactions, they pool their resources together, their deposits together, and they borrow from it. And somebody keeps track of it manually. Well, there's now a company, a startup, that has an app that will work with the community, keep track of all the deposits, keep track of all the borrowings, and they basically transact that way. They consider, I asked them, do you consider yourself a fintech or a bank? Consider themselves a fintech. And in the process, as they grow, they basically then go to a bank. So I would call them pre-bank, if you will. There's another one, another app, and this one I noticed in the invocation, the word disturb. In the entrepreneurial world is disrupt. So there was I would guess at the beginning of October, Disrupt San Francisco, wherein 20 startups competed for $100,000 in free equity for the winner. Went down to 5 finalists. One of the finalists developed a machine with 3D vision and robotic arms to be able to harvest ripe strawberries. And then another one basically can, through examination, determine if cholera pathogen or other pathogens in the water within 30 minutes. It's not Theranos wherein you have the scam on the blood analysis, but this is another one that won one of the 5. These are social enterprises, as we call them, mainly because they're business ventures that have an impact, positive impact on society. But before I start, let's just have a quick rule. If you have any questions, I notice you can type your questions on the screen, but it's very hard for me to see it. So raise your hand or ask the question, and we'll continue until I'm kicked off the stage in an hour, because I know we also have a Q&A after to answer any other questions that you might have. So, what's ESIP? That's one of the programs that we have at PhilDev, which is in partnership with AustralianAid, UNDP, and PhilDev. It's a 3-year partnership, Innovation for Social Impact Partnership, wherein we work with social enterprises, or SEs, in the Philippines to be able to contribute to the achievement, acceleration, and sustainability of SDGs. SDG, an acronym? These are the 17 SDGs. To highlight, number 1, poverty. Number 4, quality education, which is your bailiwick. 5, gender equality, just to highlight a few. 13, climate action, which is a very hot topic these days. And then, of course, 14 and 15, which is life below water and on land. So what is our project all about? First is a thesis. What's the problem? The problem is, despite our economic growth of 6% plus GDP, and that's very high, compared to other countries that's high, our poverty level remains the same. At around, the poverty line continues to move up, and that's why. But the poverty level on a per capita basis, our population also increases, remains to be high. What's the solution? Sustainable development through social enterprise and social enterprise ecosystem through entrepreneurship, education, and policy reform. And our desired goal, our desired state would be inclusive economic growth, not just marginalized sectors, because people associate inclusive to be with marginalized sectors, but inclusive of all the best talent in every sector that we can muster, find solutions,
and in the process reducing poverty across all sectors of society. Social enterprise. In some corners, social enterprise is viewed with a negative connotation or stigma. Social enterprise, an enterprise that doesn't make money, or a charitable organization. We can discuss the philosophy of what a social enterprise should do. At the very least, it's a business venture, so it has to be an ongoing concern for a social purpose, for a positive social impact, to address a social need, or to address a market failure. And in some instances, I'll pose this question out and we can discuss it later. Is a social enterprise supposed to lose money, break even, make money, or maximize its profit? Yes. 4 different stages of what a social enterprise should do. I've asked this question every time of a startup. I've asked it every time of somebody, of an NGO, somebody with a social enterprise. So just think about it. You can discuss it later. Lose money, break even, make some money, or maximize your profit. So what should a social enterprise do? We have 3 components in our program. We have entrepreneurship, wherein we develop the capacity of the social enterprise to grow. We have education, wherein we develop the capacity of the HEIs to enable SEs. And thirdly, policy agenda, wherein we develop strategies to strengthen the SE ecosystem. If you look at the 2 circles, basically entrepreneurship and education, i.e. the academe working with the SEs in your community, or for that matter, private sector, you strengthen the collaboration between academe and the SE ecosystem. Some of you here have TBIs or incubators, so you work with the SEs within your community. Others don't have incubators. And another program that we have in Philden is we have established what we call our Tech Hub initiative. And initially we had 15, we have 10 that have been approved, batch 1 of 5, batch 2 of 5. And then we have 3 that have been approved by CHED on the regional level, awaiting approval national level. But our target is to have 15 of these tech hubs strategically and geographically located as far north as Ilocos. One that has been approved regionally is Mariano Marcos State University, and we have St. Louis University in Central Luzon. We have UP Diliman. We have regionally approved LaSalle. Then we have Batangas State. We have regionally approved Ateneo de Naga. In the Visayas, we have IPSU, CPU, and USC. And then in Mindanao, we have USTP, we have Caraga State, and we have Ateneo de Naga. The idea is, all our programs that we have, we put the resources through these universities to be the hubs for technopreneurship. And we'll see the programs that we have later. But in the process, their responsibility is to work with a cohort universities of about 25 to 35 in their region. And whatever we do, i.e. seminars or workshops, they either invite them or they hold their own workshops for the universities. This is the only way that we think we could impact about 500 universities are offering engineering the fastest way by having 15 of these tech hubs. So this is basically working with the academic, but then part of that program is to work with the private sector. The other one is entrepreneurship and policy agenda. And this is to engage the private and the public sector. You've always heard there are always 3 cogs to this wheel. That's academic, the public, and the private sectors. 2 can move, but it would be a lot better and faster if the 3 move in unison or aligned. And this is basically also to provide financing opportunities for the SEs. The universities might have it, but they could, through funds from their alumni. Private sector certainly could. They could give grants for research. And of course, the government also has its part. Then you have education and policy agenda. When I believe you had Technopreneurship 101 was discussed yesterday by Chief Sundar. And the whole idea really was to have the engineering students. I always find this to be an oxymoron, where CHED used one of the general electives as a mandated course to be taken. But we believe that the engineering students should be exposed to Entrepreneurship 101. It doesn't mean you have to start your own business. What it means is you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. You have to have an entrepreneurial culture. Because if you have an alumnus or a student who then becomes a division manager for a large corporation, they have to think of it entrepreneurial. Because if that division comes out with a new product, you have to determine if the market is there. You have to determine what that price is, what the price would be. You have resources for HR, for operations, and then you need more resources for scaling it up. It's exactly the same thing that an entrepreneur does. The only difference is you have at least some financial backing from the corporation. While an entrepreneur doesn't have that, then they have to really be very good nurses. They have to be able to triage what's important, what's not important to solve for the day. So, I know some universities here already started, well, all of you should have started on Tech 101, for those who are offering engineering. But some universities here have opened up that course to outside of engineering, really as a general elective. And I think it would be good if it's open to other disciplines in the university, because that's where the problems are. That's where you have that cross-pollination. I don't think engineers would always know what the problems are. It's actually, the problems are even more in the other disciplines outside of engineering. And then you bring the engineers in to solve the problem. I'll give you an example. Let's say, I believe Batangas State has a nursing school. So they go to the hospitals, they know what's needed, they know what the problems are, they need solutions. If they take that course, they could be somebody from engineering to help solve what the problem is. An engineer might not necessarily know what the problems are in a hospital, unless they're a patient in the hospital. Then they'll know what the problems are. So this is where you have to have governance. And we say, and we strongly believe in this, that the SUCs should have an entrepreneurial mindset for the university and have a governance plan for the whole university to make it more entrepreneurial in scale. I know it's easier said than that, but we have to start somewhere. Because in your field, it's all foundational. You can't do it today and tomorrow you reap the results. You have to do it today and slowly it develops. So if you have all this, which is a Venn diagram and the common intersection, and the hope is, the target is to have a sustainable stream of SEs. In terms of entrepreneurship, it's really to spur entrepreneurship to improve access to quality of startup support mechanisms, and that will provide targeted assistance. We established an accelerator wherein we select, we fast track the growth of some SEs, and I'll go through some of those SEs as an example. And we work with them on a formal basis for 6 months, and then another 6 months on an informal basis. When I say on an informal basis, the formal basis really is we check with them once a week, find out how they're doing, what their issues are. Informal is they've essentially graduated, but then they can still come in for whatever resources or services they need. The services they need, we provide would be the physical space, of course, the internet system. We also give them other services that they may want, be it legal, be it accounting, and we're even thinking of adding a few sessions on web design, because one thing I noticed in some of the websites in the Philippines is that the web design is there, but it's not updated. So the question is, how do you update it? How do you make it attractive? And it's really part of your marketing as they develop or they expand their businesses. When we did this ESIP, the first task, the first filter is, does it have a social impact? If it doesn't have a social impact, we did not select the SE. But if it did have a social impact, then technology will be used as an enabler. Enabler could be digital marketing. So we're working, right now, we're trying to get Facebook here in the Philippines to help our SEs in how to do digital marketing. The next or the last level is the technology as the product itself. You'll see that in some of the SEs that we're working with, the solution is really a technological advancement. So that's what it is. But they have to pass the first filter again. It has to have social impact. Those are the SEs that we're working with under this program. There are other programs where you work with any SE, be it social or not, but this program is focused on the social impact. So, the first is Bambuhay. And Bambuhay's main product, as they started with, bamboo straws, a replacement to plastic. Paper bag decomposes in 1 month. A banana peel decomposes in 2 to 3 weeks. Does anybody want to venture a guess how long plastic decomposes? It depends on the plastic, but give me a range of what you think it's going to take. 100? 5 years? 500? 200 to 1,000 years. So a bamboo straw addresses the environment. Now they're planning to expand. They want